Why is it that while so many people share nearly every moment of their lives online, their trips, their dinners, their sunsets, their smiles, and sometimes even their worries carefully turned into a post, you rarely feel the urge to press share? Why is it that sometimes you take the photo, write the caption, your finger already resting on the post button, and then suddenly you hesitate and quietly close the app? And why is it that when you see other people constantly updating their lives, new trips, new relationships, new achievements, the feeling that appears in you isn't exactly envy? Instead, there's a strange sense that something about it feels a little like a performance. If these experiences sound familiar to you, then what we're exploring today is not simply why some people dislike social media. What we're really trying to understand is a deeper psychological pattern, why some people choose not to display their lives, and why, in a world where everyone is encouraged to be seen, to be liked, to be validated, silence can sometimes be a far more conscious choice. You may have experienced a moment like this. You go out to dinner with friends on a weekend. The lighting in the restaurant is perfect. The food looks beautiful. Almost at the same time, several people at the table take out their phones. Someone adjusts the angle. Someone rearranges the plate. Someone takes several photos before choosing the best one. A few minutes later, that dinner appears on social media, paired with a caption that looks effortless and natural. But you know something. In reality, that moment wasn't quite so natural. The sociologist Erving Goffman once suggested that in social interaction, people behave a bit like actors, presenting different versions of themselves depending on the setting. In everyday life, these performances are usually temporary, but social media changed something. It turned moments of presentation into a stage that never really disappears. A single photo, a single caption. They may be seen by dozens, sometimes hundreds of people, which means that every time you post something, you're not just recording life. You're also doing something else, managing how other people see you. And slowly something begins to shift. You're no longer just living the moment. You begin to wonder, is this moment worth showing? But the real exhaustion doesn't always come from posting. It often begins when you start scrolling. Someone is traveling. Someone just got engaged. Someone announces a new job. On the surface, these look like simple updates, just small pieces of ordinary life. But psychology tells us something important. Humans have a very strong instinct called social comparison. The psychologist Leon Festinger first described this idea. His theory suggests that people naturally evaluate themselves by comparing their lives with others. In everyday life, those comparisons are limited. You usually compare yourself with co-workers, friends, or people in your immediate circle. But social media changed that. In just a few minutes of scrolling, you might see dozens of carefully selected moments from dozens of different lives, vacation photos, promotions, celebrations, moments of happiness. But something is missing. No one posts their ordinary Tuesday afternoon, their exhaustion, their quiet anxiety late at night. And so your brain begins a comparison that is fundamentally unfair. Your entire life is being measured against other people's highlight reels. Even when you know logically that these posts are only fragments, your emotional system still reacts, which is why many people don't feel happier after spending time on social media. Instead, they simply feel more tired. You may have experienced a moment like this. You pick up your phone, you take a photo. Maybe it's from a trip, maybe it's a beautiful dinner, maybe it's just an ordinary sunset. You might even write the caption, but right before posting, you pause, and suddenly a series of thoughts appear. Will people think this is boring? Will it look like I'm showing off? Is this moment really worth sharing? In just a few seconds, your brain has already completed a full social evaluation. Psychological studies show that when people believe they are being judged by others, the brain naturally enters a more alert and cautious state. You begin to review your words. You reconsider your choices. You question whether posting is worth it at all. So, in many cases, you simply don't post. Researchers sometimes call this lurking behavior. You still scroll. You still keep up with people's lives, but the urge to present your own life begins to fade. Not because you don't care about connection, but because at some point you begin to feel something subtle. When life becomes content, sharing itself can start to feel a little exhausting. As you begin posting less on social media, something else often starts to happen. Your attention slowly shifts, away from the outside world and back toward yourself. Psychologists sometimes describe two different kinds of self-awareness. One is called public self-awareness. It focuses on a single question: how do other people see me? The other is called private self-awareness. It focuses on something deeper. What do I actually think? What kind of life do I really want to live? When you frequently present your life online, your attention is constantly pulled toward the first one. Does this photo look good enough? Or does my life appear interesting? Will people think I'm successful? Over time, your sense of value can slowly become tied to reactions, likes and comments. But when you stop feeling the need to document every moment, a new kind of space quietly appears. You begin asking different questions. Does this experience actually make me happy? Does this relationship feel genuine? Not, does it look good to everyone else? And when your sense of worth is no longer attached to public approval, something interesting happens. You often become more emotionally stable because your life no longer needs constant confirmation from other people. Some moments simply happen, quietly, and they belong only to you. Maybe now you can remember those moments, the times you took a photo but never posted it, the moments when you finished scrolling and quietly put your phone down, or the realization that some experiences become strangely different the moment you start thinking about how to share them. In a world where almost everything is recorded, displayed, and evaluated, silence can feel unusual. But maybe it isn't absence. Maybe it's a choice. You are still living, still experiencing, still connecting with the world. The difference is your life no longer needs to be constantly proven. Some landscapes look more beautiful when you're not trying to photograph them. Some conversations feel more real when you're not thinking about how to describe them later. And some achievements feel more meaningful when they belong only to you. So perhaps the real question isn't why some people rarely post online. Maybe the real question is this: when your life no longer needs an audience, do you come closer to the person you truly are? This is Happy Psychology. May you understand yourself with more clarity and meet change without losing who you are. See you next time.